Hello, my name is Todd Porter, the founder of The Music Coach. And in this short video, I'm going to show you how to tune your flute. Now the flute is made up of 3 different sections, and the bottom piece is always going to be fit as snugly as it can against the middle section of the flute. Where you can adjust the pitch on a flute is with the head joint, how it fits into the body. In a very basic sense, to make the flute go sharper, we're going to shorten the length of the whole instrument by screwing the head joint as far in as possible. And to make it flatter, we'll do the opposite, which is to screw the head joint out. And if you're not quite sure what sharp and flat mean, basically when a note is sharper, it is too high in pitch, and when a note is flat, it's going to be too low in pitch. And on the tuner, you're going to see when the note is too sharp, the needle's going to be too far to the right, and when it's too flat, it's going to be too far to the left. You're going to need a chromatic tuner, and there are 2 ways that you can get them. The easiest way is to go to the app store of a mobile phone or a tablet and download either a free tuner, or you can sometimes pay $1 or $2 to get a more advanced one. And these are great, and they often will have all the features that you're going to need. If you live near a music store, you can also get a physical tuner, which is like the one we're using in this video here. They all basically do the same thing. When you turn the tuner on, the first thing I want you to notice is somewhere it's going to say on the display 440. And that number is really important because it's the calibration of the tuner. And they're all set to be, the default is 440, but most tuners have the ability to change that. And for now, you're not really going to need to ever do that, but I just want you to be aware of it to make sure that number always says 440. And if it doesn't, if it says 438 or 445, I want you to use the calibration buttons to get it to be 440. And that way you're always going to be tuning to the standard tuning of North America and Europe. The next thing you want you to do is to warm up the instrument a little bit. If you just put the flute together and turn on the tuner and go, because the instrument's cold, you won't get a very accurate reading. So make sure to play for a minute or 2. You can just play long tones or play whatever you want. Just make sure there's a lot of air that's gone through the instrument to warm up the metal. Once you're ready to actually use the tuner, you're going to make sure that it's on. And what I want you to do is to play a note that's in the middle of the instrument. So in this example, we're going to use a G. If you tune a really low note or a really high note, it's going to give you a less accurate reading of where the middle of the instrument is. Because no instruments are perfectly in tune on every single note. So we're just going to kind of use the middle to get it as close as we can. Now when you play your note, I don't want you to look right at the tuner. Play the note and get it established, and then look at the tuner, and that'll give you a sense of where it is. Because I don't want you to make adjustments, I want you to actually see whether the thing is in tune or not. So here we go, I'm going to play a G. So it's pretty well in tune. It's never going to stay right on the needle the whole time, so don't worry about it if it's moving a little bit this way or that way. But in this example, I'm going to make the instrument flat. I've pulled the head joint out, and here's what it sounds like. So I want to get it closer to the middle, so I'm going to screw the head joint back in to make the instrument shorter. And there it is. Another thing I recommend is tune a note in another register. So I'm going to tune the middle D to also hear how that's sounding. And there you have it. Remember to head on over to yourmusiccoach.com for a free beginner flute lesson. Thanks for stopping by, and I look forward to seeing you soon.